Content warning. Episodes of Gray Matter may contain themes and depictions of extreme mental illness, traumatic bodily harm, and death. If you aren't in the right headspace to engage with those depictions right now, maybe this episode should wait for another time. Otherwise, proceed with caution.
Hello, and welcome back to Gray Matter Video. I don't know if you saw, but management is making us hang up pictures of shoplifters on the front door, so try and lay low on the taking stuff that doesn't belong to you front for a couple of weeks until it all blows over. It's cool, I'm not going to tell, as long as you don't rat me out for slowly replacing all the movie posters on the walls. I keep swapping in ones with the eyes cut out, trying to do that movie thing of spying on someone through a painting, but I did forget I'd need a way to get into the wall afterwards. Anyway, the things that you and I are guilty of are more along the lines of minor crimes, and they're things that can be prevented from the top down. Want to stop parking tickets? You need more cheap parking. And if society really wanted to stop petty theft, the only solution would be to reduce poverty, so that people don't have a reason to steal. And similarly, if someone gifted me a Gothic castle with an I Spy painting wall, I wouldn't have hundreds of cut-out eyes glued to the ceiling right above my bed. Honestly, it's all about the economy of scale. Collective action is always more effective than the individual, despite what the most selfish individuals will tell you, so that you don't ask them to help. But what do you do when your society exists in a state of moral freefall, where helping people is seen as naive and optimistic, rather than the entire reason the apes we once were formed tribes? And in that state, how effective can individual action be against problems society is neglected to solve? This tape is called Eagle Eye, and it's about a man who has recently become painfully aware of the limitations of his individualistic society. Can he overcome a world that throws its weakest to the wolves? And more importantly, as one helpless individual, can he alone keep those wolves from feeding? Let's find out. Eagle Eye. Written and directed by Jonathan Inbody.
I used to like living on the top floor. Even a shitty building has a nice view if it's tall enough. And if you get lucky, it's got an industrial-style picture window that runs all along the living room and kitchen. If you get luckier than almost anybody's ever been, that picture window overlooks a city park and is downright heavenly at sunset. I had gotten that lucky. Half from living in a building that used to be some part of an old factory plaza, and half because it was in such a bad part of town that I heard more sirens than a Dalmatian. My picture window vista view of the park meant I could have done freelance writing for the local crime blotter. Nobody saw more drug deals, muggings, or attempted stabbings than me. But all of that was fine, even preferred, as long as I was working. The view was just as good, even if people were suffering down below. The sudden drop of a bundle of steel rebar changed all that, and one day, I went from a successful civil engineer to the unemployed recipient of a brand new wheelchair. I still had my job, technically, but the chances of me ever being able to successfully do it again sat snugly nestled between slim and none. The worst thing, among all the others, was that it became hell to live on the top floor. And that was before I saw it. It's unlocked. Come on in.
Are you Scott Riley? I'm Theo. I'm your new caseworker from social services.
Nice to meet you, Theo.
You leave your door unlocked in this neighborhood?
Only when I'm expecting guests. Besides, what's the worst that can happen? I get paralyzed from the waist down?
Shot in the head, probably.
Could you set that up? Do you know somebody?
Well, it's good to see you in such high spirits, Mr. Riley. For a lot of people in your condition, it takes them years to feel like themselves again.
Condition. Hell of a euphemism for a permanent disability. How'd you get here?
The bus?
Good. Take the bus home. Don't go through the park.
I noticed your building's elevator. It doesn't seem to work.
No, it does. About half the time.
What do you do when it's not working? You can't exactly go down the stairs.
There's a couple of guys I used to work with that I pay to run errands for me. Bring me groceries, things like that.
You've been assigned a disability advocate, right? Have you spoken with your landlord? I mean, there's no way that that's ADA compliant. I mean, if there's a fire or something...
Then my estranged father will file a wrongful death suit on my behalf, spend 5 or 6 years in court, and come away with enough money for a down payment on a car. And yes, I've talked to the landlord. All he's willing to offer is to let me out of my lease early, which would make me disabled and homeless. I couldn't even live in a car, not just because I can't drive one now, but because it would put me over the $2,000 asset limit that keeps me eligible for state disability payments.
I don't know about any of that.
Oh, you don't, do you? That would be my disability advocate, right? The one who gets to tell me all of the bad news I already know as soon as they learn how to return a goddamn call?
Yes. I'm just here to provide you with information on other state and federal assistance programs. Things like TANF, SNAP, subsidized utility payments. So you really can't have more than $2,000 worth of assets and stay on disability?
That's right.
But how are you supposed to pay rent or save money, own a car?
I'm not. America would prefer it if I curled up and died instead. That way it'd stop being a drain on the taxpayers. This country is a fucking shooting gallery. I guess I always knew it, but it's different when you see it up close, when you're in the crosshairs. You know, you work hard your whole life, and you think that's what you're supposed to do, but when life up and fucks you, America unzips and joins in.
Jesus.
Sorry. It's not the nicest metaphor, but this isn't the nicest country. And anyway, people don't like us, the disabled. We make people uncomfortable. We smell too much like death, you know? People I've known my whole life avoid me now. Friends, family. Because they can't stand to see how fragile they are. It's like a herd of wildebeest leaving the runt of the litter for the lions. They prefer I quietly die rather than admit that it could happen just as quickly and just as easily to them. As if lions have a discerning palate. Sorry, Why don't you sit down? We'll talk about what you're here to talk about. For an hour or so, my life returned to its new normal. Endless paperwork and lists of information about the law and the many incredibly varied ways it was crushing me. My income was too high for food stamps, even though I was going broke while waiting on a meager court settlement for my accident. I could be eligible for some money off my heating bills next winter, but sign-ups were operating with a 6-month delay. As we finished up, left without so much as a single lead to follow up on, we finally got to the part I was dreading. As she packed up her messenger bag and put on her jacket, I saw an expression move across her face that I knew all too well.
Mr. Riley, do you mind if I ask you something?
Go ahead. I know I'm probably the laughingstock of City Hall by now.
Oh, no, it's not. My brother's a cop, actually. He, told me a story and I wasn't sure if...
Don't draw it out. Just ask.
What's this I hear about you seeing a monster?
Ugh. I didn't want to do this. There was a jogger that went missing around here. About a month ago.
I remember.
The next morning, I found a torn up part of a windbreaker caught on the railing outside my window.
Did you report it?
Yes. And I reported it when the next person went missing too.
What did you report?
That I had seen the missing person, drug dealer, local scumbag, getting followed by something in the park the night before he disappeared.
Something?
I was looking out the window, down into the park, and he was walking, wearing the same stupid yellow hoodie that he always wore. But there was a shape behind him, sticking to shadows, darting and creeping on tree branches.
On tree branches?
I know how it sounds, okay? It was big, like lions and tigers and bears big. But it moved like it was light as a feather. It sort of jumped around like a cat does, but kind of glided too.
What did it look like?
Long body, 4 legs, claws or something like them at the bottom. Tail, I guess, to stabilize. And folded up, not wings exactly, more like those flaps flying squirrels have. Some under its arm and some on its back. And a pointed head with a beak.
That's a lot to see in the dark.
I didn't see all that then. Just saw something big, stalking a missing person. And the cops saw fit to laugh at me about it. A big fucking joke. I must have been hilarious. They were kind of annoyed the next time. That time, I heard a scream. Rolled over to the window and looked down, and right under one of the streetlights was this kid. Couldn't have been more than 16, maybe a lot younger. Must have been in a knife fight because he was lying on his stomach and there was a puddle underneath him. But he was crawling, kind of scrambling, out of a puddle of his own blood and reaching for something just out of the light. His knife, probably. And I looked, and his back leg was all torn up. Not from stabbing, but bitten. Chewed. Shoe was kind of half on, mostly shredded. And as he reached for his knife, this thing stepped out of the shadows behind him. It had red strings dangling from its beak. I think it was probably his heel or part of his foot. And the way it stalked up over him made me feel like I was watching a velociraptor. And it stuck its head down, kind of speared him and grabbed on, and in a second it just pulled him into the dark. He kept screaming too. For a while. Cops didn't care. They figured knife fight, dump body, typical gangland shit. And the only witness was a crazy person.
I don't think you're crazy.
Great. Will you testify to it?
Is that why you told me not to go through the park?
I don't know if it lives around here or only hunts here, but probably better to avoid it just the same. It'll be hungry again soon. Now, please, don't send a mental health advocate or some shit to my door. Just assume I'm lying and tell the story as office gossip.
You're serious. You believe it, don't you?
Of course I believe it. I saw it. Just don't make fun of me, okay? I don't care what you do when you leave, but I really can't take any more humiliation at the moment. I feel worthless enough as it is.
Scott, being disabled doesn't make you worthless.
Tell that to the government. She gave me the courtesy of silence as she finished packing her things, and with a polite goodbye, she left me in my empty cage on the top floor. I had tried not to let on how long it had been since I'd had company, but if my lack of social skills didn't give it away, then my mood probably did. I rolled over to the picture window and slumped down in my chair, staring out at the dark horizon past the tops of the buildings. There were people out there, walking and talking and laughing and running. People who took things like that for granted. I had probably told her too much, especially about my monster, and there was no doubt in my mind something alluding to a struggle with mental health was going to be added to my file. At least I hadn't told her the whole truth, the parts of it that made me hate myself when I laid awake at night. How do you tell someone that you're jealous of people that got eaten? That jogger, the dealer, even that poor goddamn kid. Some part of me hated them for getting what I wanted. Maybe that was the cruelest thing. That at the time I wanted nothing more than to run into traffic, I couldn't so much as get down a flight of stairs. I was trapped up here, the last bird of a dead nest, eternally condemned to be a passive participant in my own life. But what was I supposed to do? Go into politics? Become a civil rights advocate? Give up all sense of privacy and grovel in front of Congress for the leftover shreds of real human dignity? Fuck that. Death was better. I just couldn't get it. I must not have ruminated for long, because when I glanced down at the street, I saw Theo waiting at the bus stop. She checked her phone for the time, then glanced over at the park, and although I could only see the top of her head, I knew what she was thinking. Please don't do it, I tried to broadcast into her head. Just assume I'm crazy. Don't go in the park to check. Theo stood and stared for a few long seconds as my fingers dug into the armrest of my chair. What was she thinking? Finally, she turned her phone flashlight on and crossed the street, heading for the iron arch that curved above the entrance to the park. I swore under my breath and went for my phone, then realized with horror that I only had the number for her office. No, please, don't go in there. You're gonna... Wait a minute. I rolled over the light switch and began to frantically flip it up and down, flashing the living room lights to try and get her attention. It was all I could do, short of throwing something through the window and pelting her with shards of falling glass when it helped the situation any. I saw her face change as she saw me, waving one arm in a panic as I flicked the lights on and off like a strobe. Oh God, she's going to think I'm crazy. I saw Theo furrow her brow, then turn her head and try to suppress a laugh. And after a second, she strolled through the metal arch and into the park. I lost sight of her a few times as she passed under trees and outside of the glow of streetlights, but I found her again when she emerged into the clearing at the center of the park. There, she stood next to the large stone fountain, topped with carved fish spitting water, and looked around. The night was dark, quiet, and empty. She waited for an agonizing minute, looking and listening, then shook her head and put her phone back into her pocket. Just as she started to walk back towards the entrance, I saw movement in the dark behind her. It was slight, careful, almost mistakable for coincidence if you didn't know what to look for. I started frantically banging on the window with both hands, desperate to get her attention even though I knew she couldn't hear me. I just had to hope that, yes! Theo looked up and I waved my arms, pointing behind her and mouthing the word, "Run!" over and over. For a second, she was confused. Then I saw her stiffen as a wave of fear washed over her. Behind her, the thing in the dark kept moving. She whirled, whipping out her phone and turning on the flashlight, and illuminated a bent-over old homeless man digging through the bushes. He stopped, turning his head to look at her, then held up the empty can he had found in a gauze-wrapped hand and put it into his garbage bag with the rest. I breathed a sigh of relief, even if I knew it would be humiliating when she looked back. The old guy was harmless, but at least I had gotten a brief glimpse into my future, plus or minus a pair of working legs and about $5 worth of cans. I almost had a heart attack when he was pulled up into the trees. Theo stumbled back, and I could tell she was screaming even though I couldn't hear it. In front of her, the man's dangling legs kicked and thrashed as hot blood poured down, his head and torso out of sight and trembling as an unseen mouth shook them. Then, all at once, the man's movements stopped. His body fell to the ground like an oversized bag of dog food, flopping limply, and where his head should have been were the torn remains of a shredded neck. Frozen in place, Theo slowly raised her head to look into the trees. Whatever she was seeing, I couldn't, and as much as I wanted to, I couldn't move either. Suddenly, she dove out of the light, and I could move again, whipping my phone up to my ear so quick I could have knocked myself out.
What's the nature of your emergency?
Hi, I live next to McFarland Park. There's a woman. There's a monster. It just killed a man.
Is this Scott Riley?
Yes, Fuck, wait, it's not a monster, okay? It's some animal that got loose. I don't know, it's something from a zoo. Please, you have to send someone. It's a matter of, oh God, it's coming out into the light. I think it's choking on his head. Jesus, God, it just spit it up.
I'm hanging up, sir.
No, wait. There's a woman trapped in the park with it. Her name is Theo. Fuck. Her brother's a cop. Shit. I squinted down at the clearing at the center of the park, watching for any movement at the edges as the thing slowly circled. It was just like I'd remembered it. The head of a monstrous eagle on the lithe, deadly body of a tiger. Behind it, a punctured head was bobbing in the water of the stone fountain, oozing out a puddle of liquid life with an expression of sheer terror frozen on its face. Suddenly, at the edge of the clearing, I saw a dark shape crawl underneath the slotted seat of a metal park bench. It was Theo. I could only see a few scant pieces of her through the bench, but I saw her head turn and watch the creature as it sauntered through the cool night air only a few yards away. Her head followed it as it made a wide loop, then darted down to look at her messenger bag, still draped around her shoulder. Suddenly, she looked back over her shoulder, trying to look at my apartment window, but I couldn't tell if she could see it. Yes! You have my number on the paperwork in the bag. You can call me, No. Wait! No. Call the cops. Don't call me. Why are you calling me? They don't believe me. They're not... Call anybody else. Call your brother. No, damn it, don't... Do I? Okay.
Scott,
Theo?
did you see it?
Yeah,
I'm really sorry I didn't believe you.
No, I would have done the same thing. Why did you call me? Why not?
I don't know, because you can see it.
Well, I can't exactly do anything about it. Call the cops.
They're not gonna believe me.
What about your brother?
His phone is always off. Always. He's not gonna... I don't want to leave him a voicemail of me getting eaten. Do you have any idea of how much that would...
Wait! Shut up! It's moving. At the fountain, the creature began to lower, its shoulders fanning out as its head began a slow telescope from one side to the other. On its back, pockets of skin swept up and out, vibrating like the fabric covers of speakers. The crested mane of feathers running from its head down its chest trembled, then slowly flattened into the jet black sheen of panther fur, and I watched its tail curl and turn upwards like a scorpion ready to strike. Don't move. It's changing like, I don't know. It's listening, getting ready to chase. Don't respond, just listen. I don't think those things on its back are for gliding. I think they're for echolocating, like bat ears. If that's right, then it's going to make a noise, something loud and sudden to try and get a lay of the land. It's looking for anything moving, okay? So whatever you do, don't... Theo, I can hear you. Don't look, and don't move too quickly. But you need to start crawling now. Slowly. As slow as you can. And if it makes that noise again, you have to freeze. You understand? I don't think it can see too well.
I don't want to die, Scott.
You won't, okay? I can see the whole park from here. It just turned its head. Start crawling now.
It's gonna see me.
No, it's not. Just be ready to stop. Stop! It's okay. It's okay. It can't see you if you're not moving or wearing something bright, maybe. It's got eyes, but they're not. Its ears are better, more sensitive. That's why it's in the park. It's the only dark, quiet place for miles. Inside it can see and hear, but everything outside is just noise. If you can get out of the park, you'll be safe. Okay, start moving again. Try to get to that tree in front of you. When you get there, hide behind it and try to get up to a standing position. Okay, good. Nice and slow. It's moving towards the bench. Get ready to stop. Keep going.
It's making noises.
It looks confused. Maybe it can smell you? I don't think it sees you.
Great, thanks.
Shh. Just sit there for a second. See if it'll lose interest. In one graceful move, the creature turned and leapt up into the trees, disappearing into the dark. I looked back at Theo, lying on her stomach in the grass, and watched her slowly turn her head to look at where it had been.
Is it gone?
I don't know.
It's gone.
Stay still. I can't see it. It could be waiting for you to make a move.
But what if it is gone and I wait too long and it comes back?
Theo, listen to me. Now that you have a minute, you need to hang up the phone and call the cops. I cannot help you, and no one else knows you're there.
What if it comes back when I'm on the phone?
I'll call you, okay? The second I see it, I'll call you, I promise. But you need real help.
Scott, you are real help.
Don't fucking argue with me about my goddamn self-esteem. Call the cops!
What am I supposed to tell them?
Anything but the truth. Tell them there's a black 12-year-old out there minding his own business. Or a beloved family dog. They'll be there in 30 seconds with a SWAT team.
Okay, now I am going to hang up.
Good! Okay, the hard part's done. She'll call, they'll show up, they'll pull off the monster's mask to reveal it's old man Jenkins, and we'll all go home smiling. God, why isn't it me down there? It should be me, not some nice normal woman who's only in this mess because she wants to help people. People will miss her if she's gone. It's not... Oh, no. Down in the park, a man in a light jacket emerged from the dark, stepped off of the path and headed towards Theo, gesticulating and calling over to her. She turned to look at him and went bug-eyed, then began to frantically wave him off. I pulled up my phone and started to call. Come on, please. You've got to get rid of that guy or he's...
Scott,
Theo? Did you call the cops?
Are you okay? You gotta speak up. I can't understand you.
shut the fuck up. You're gonna...
Theo, run! In a single second, everything changed. A black shape soared down from the trees and latched onto the jacket man's arm, tearing it smoothly out of socket as it tackled him to the ground. Theo jumped up and started running as the thing twisted its neck and separated the jacket man's arm at the elbow. It pulled back, then stomped on him with a claw-filled foot as he screamed and thrashed. For a split second, I felt the pangs of jealousy again, but they were quickly replaced with horror and disgust as the thing raked its claws down the man's back, bending him up backwards by the force of its grip. If I had been down there, I was sure I would have heard vertebrae pop. The man screamed until the thing's beak shot down to crush his throat, and soon the light blue jacket was almost black with blood. I darted my eyes back to where Theo had been and realized I'd lost her. She was gone, disappeared in the dark. Theo, where are you?
I'm running. I don't know where. I can't see anything.
You have to go to a light. I can't see you.
I don't see any...
Theo?
I'm okay. I might have twisted my ankle, but I fell somewhere. Where did I fall? Oh, God. It's like a cave, a den. There was a hole behind a tree. I think this is where it lives.
You have to get out of there.
Yeah, no shit. Where am I supposed to... There are bones down here, Scott. Worn down like toothpicks in a neat little pile.
Listen to me. It's still working on that guy. For now. But it's going to be done soon. You have to climb out of there. It'll drag the body over.
God.
As soon as you get to the surface, I'll start flipping the switch. Just look up and follow the lights.
What if it sees and comes after you?
Then it'll be doing me a favor.
You really do mean that, don't you? You're trying to bring it to you. Scott, that's not...
Just stop. You can tell me that I'm not worthless, that my life has value, and metaphorically, hypothetically, I agree, but not literally. Survival isn't something you get with a good attitude. It's something you buy, and I can't afford it. But you're a real person, a good person. And you don't deserve being knee-deep in this shit. But I do. I never tried to help anybody. I never volunteered at a soup kitchen or gave money to a homeless shelter. And now that the shoe's on the other foot,
Would you just do me a favor and cut out the poor me bullshit? People have been disabled forever, and it's hard, but you're the one deciding that your life is over. Now hold on. I'm climbing out.
Hey, you didn't get a chance to answer before. Are the cops coming?
I couldn't tell if they believed me, but they're sending a car.
What did you tell them?
I told them that there's a guy on drugs with a knife chasing people around.
That'll work. Why don't you want to call your brother, Theo?
What?
You heard me. Just level with me here, okay? Are you guys fighting, or did something happen to him? Why don't you want to call?
Because he's not a cop, all right? He listens to the scanners because he works on stolen cars. He heard them making fun of you, and I didn't want to tell you how, so I lied. I don't report him because he's family. So yeah, good person, bad person, it's all relative. We're all just people. I'm not a saint, and you're not a martyr. Okay, I'm at the top. Which way do I...
No! No! Come on! Up here! Look over here! Oh, hell. I threw the wooden knife block from the counter through the window, shattering a few panels at the center, then wheeled over and started shouting. I could hear Theo screaming, from the phone sitting in my lap, and now echoing from below. Theo, stop! Cover your mouth! It can't hear me! Think, just think. What else will it come for? Think! The old man's hand was bandaged. The kid got stabbed. Suddenly, I put it together. And before I knew what I was doing, I ran my forearm across a jagged piece of the broken window. Immediately, blood welled up and began to run down, dripping down the window as I winced. I couldn't hear Theo anywhere below. Hopefully she was...
Scott! It's coming!
The thing's massive body slammed against the building under the window, the flaps under its arms inflated by the current of the wind. Its huge beak jabbed in and closed around my arm, and for half a second, I was at peace. It had me. I was getting what I wanted. And on the cusp, all I could think is that it didn't deserve the satisfaction. It pulled against the edge of the window, unable to pull me out without losing its grip, and as the tip of its beak drew more blood from my elbow, I looked down to see a few jagged pieces of broken window just underneath its neck. Got you now, you stupid animal. You're all ears and no brains. Sure, you can pick on joggers and kids and old folks, but I've got something they don't. Dead weight! I flung myself forward, sending my wheelchair spinning back, and as my body dropped, the arm in its mouth lit up with pain. The beak dug in, puncturing muscle and cracking bone, but the weight of my body started to pull its neck down. I saw the thing's beady eyes widen in sudden panic, and heard its powerful claws scratch uselessly against the side of the building as it lost its grip. Suddenly, its front legs dropped, and its head wrenched forward, embedding its throat on the window's broken shards. It writhed and shrieked, slicing up more and more of its neck as its body thrashed beneath it. Hot blood poured down onto my shoulder as my arm dropped out of its opening beak, and with a hard fall to the floor, I was out of its reach. The panicking head darted back and forth, its beak frantically opening and closing, until finally something tore away and its windpipe collapsed. The skin of its neck ripped free, and the huge body dropped to the street, leaving its head and half its neck impaled on my window frame. I dragged myself away from it with my good arm, scanning the floor, and when I found my phone, I swept it over and laid my head down to speak into it. Theo, you okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I almost tore my leg off, but I'm alive.
Well, oh, Jesus. You'd better heal up quick. I'm gonna need some more of that paperwork, and I don't know if you'll make it up my stairs with crutches.
You asshole.
Till the day I die. Well, here they come. They can ignore me all they goddamn please. Let's see them ignore this.
Eagle Eye was written and directed by Jonathan Inbody. It was edited by Jeffrey Lavin, with music composed and performed by Samantha Hunt. Scott, the narrator, was played by Griffin Schultz. Theo was played by Jessica Zwolak, and Andrea Inbody played the 911 operator.
Gray Matter is a Word Search Media production. Any similarities to real people, places, or things is purely coincidental.
If you like the show, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And support us at patreon.com/graymatterhorror.
Be kind. Rewind.